Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Flatwater kickflip.
Kickflips are easily one of the coolest tricks ever. People have been asking for this one for ages, but in particular this video is for Simon, who asked for a Flatwater kickflip tutorial. In case you're worrying, there will be a full kickflip tutorial coming soon, but if you're like Simon and want to see a particular kayak trick or skill get covered, then drop a comment down below. The Flatwater kickflip is not a particularly attractive trick, mostly on account of being taken out of the context it's intended for. But if you can master the kickflip on flat water, you will find doing kickflips on waves a million times easier. To begin with, having a little bit of forward momentum can be useful. Place a fairly vertical initiation stroke, exactly as you would with a cartwheel. As you pull that stroke backwards, lean your boat over towards 90 degrees, using the stroke as a lever to drive the nose of your kayak into the air with your knees. Whereas with a cartwheel, you would reverse that stroke and slam the bow down again. With the Flatwater kickflip, you need to plant that blade and rotate the stern of your boat over your head. To do so, rotate your head in the desired direction of travel, towards the stern of your boat. Apply pressure on the reverse face of the active blade, and keep your core engaged, leaning back only slightly to drive the stern overhead. A common misconception here is that you are performing the same motion as a back deck roll. In the sense that the back deck is rotating over the top of you, this is true, but your arms and body are doing very different things. If you simply throw yourself back into a back deck roll at this point, you'll get a wet face and the kickflip will be slow and sluggish, rather than whippy and airborne. As the stern rotates overhead, raise your offside elbow to drive the non-active blade out and around clear of the water. While your hips are performing the final part of the boat's rotation, you may find you need this offside blade to act as a brace.
Hello there, Matt from the Rock here. I briefly interrupt this tutorial video to say thank you very much for watching and to give you a couple of announcements. First of all, if you haven't already noticed, there are more tutorials coming out at the moment. I'm aiming to have a far greater balance in the diet of tutorials than I have done in recent weeks. I'm also aiming to get out with the GoPro as promised and get some non-head count footage for some of these GoPro style edits that I'm doing, trying to be more proactive in that. So look out for those coming very soon as well. The other major bit of news is Iceland. Iceland is coming in about a month's time, hopefully, all being well. And that should be a really, really good fun trip. But please let me know in the comments below, are there any particular rivers, if you've been to Iceland or you've done some research or you want to go to Iceland yourself, are there any particular rivers that you really want to see me and my friends do while we're out in Iceland? Let me know in the comments below. I'll look forward to reading your suggestions. Alright, back to the video. Woo!
A few pointers. Firstly, don't put too much pressure through your feet during this move. If you push hard, especially during the upside down element of the move, you'll find that the boat flattens out and it will be harder to keep your head dry. The key muscle groups for this move are the core and knees. Maintaining tension between those while upside down will maximise your air. Secondly, remember that most of the key strokes for this move, everything apart from that first initiation stroke, use the back side of the paddle blades. Throwing your wrists back and forth to use the power face will only waste time and cost you air. Finally, and this is especially relevant as you start progressing onto waves, the greater the height you lift the bow to with your initiation, the more airtime your kickflip will have. When doing them on waves, that initiation stroke is basically like a boof stroke, pulling the nose of the kayak off the lip of a wave into thin air. So when I do them on Flatwater, I like to visualise it in the same way, pulling the nose of my kayak up into thin air. That's all there is to it. Once you've practiced it a few times, take it out into some surf or on the river and give it a go.
I'll take that.